Yeah. Okay, so you were saying something, Ricardo. Let's continue with what you were saying, all right?
Oh, yes. I was telling you that one of the things that I have dreamed about is to have a pool in my house, but not a small one, but a big one, a pool large enough to swim from side to side. I
All
would
right,
love to
okay.
have that in
Like
my
an
house.
like an Olympic swimming pool, something like
Yes, like
that. Okay,
Olympics
that's nice.
pool.
Okay, Melissa, anything that you would like to have in your house, in your dream house?
Not really, but I would like that my house is built with wood,
Good.
of wood.
Also, you would like a kind of a cabin or a cottage?
Yes.
A cottage or a cabin? Cottage is usually
Yeah.
wood, as usually is built near the sea or near a river. Okay, would you like to have that?
Sorry, what?
To be built, that your house be built near a river or near the sea, near the ocean?
A river and surrounded by nature.
All right, okay.
To have a lot of animals and horses and chickens and
all right,
so on.
That's nice. Valentina, what about you? Anything that you would like to have in your house? That's it.
Yes, I can. My dream house is with a pool too, because I like it a lot. The space can have very animals too.
Many animals.
Many animals, cats and dogs. This is my dream house.
Your dream house. Nicole, what about you? How would it be?
I think that a little house. I don't like most the huge house, and with a lot of animals too, because I become vegan and I would like to have many animals.
All right. Would you like to live in an apartment or a house?
Both.
Both. All right. Both. Okay. I think that nowadays, when you are with all the things of the pandemic stuff, you know, nowadays the houses are more, you know, more appreciated, because in a house you have a space. You have more space. You can go to the yard. You can go to the garden. While in an apartment, it's very difficult because you are in the house all the time, inside the apartment all the time. Okay, well, we have to go back to page 7, but this is going to be just for homework. All right, this is the exercise. This one, a fairy tale castle, in which you have to choose the right option. Okay, have you ever done this type of exercises? Yeah, it's a kind of complicated exercise because you have to be very specific with the vocabulary. Okay, we're going to do the first one, which is 0 in there. But by the way, what is a fairy tale? Fairy tale, Ricardo. Do you understand that?
Yes.
What is
it? Fairy tale is that kind of tale that you tell your children before going to sleep.
Yeah, all right.
With, you know, fairies, dragons, and magical
okay, usually
things.
they are very fantastic and they are kind of happy, right? So in this case, you are talking about
like a Disney movie.
Yeah, right. In here, you're talking about a fairy tale castle. Okay, so the castle of your dreams, the house of your dreams. Okay, it says here a fairy tale castle with a pool and a water slide, please. Right? Do you understand a water slide, Camila? What is it?
It's a leather. It's not a leather. It's a
slide.
Slide.
Okay, where you go down and you go into the pool, right? They're fantastic. Okay, in here, start reading that, please, Melissa. A recent, read that. The first, just the number 0. Open your mic.
Yes.
Okay.
A recent study of children aged between 4 and 11 years old has.
Yeah, okay. So in there, I mean, it was ready for us. The correct word is study. Yeah. A recent research could have been, okay, could have been. I think that both could be correct. In this case, it's more specific study. The other one, inquiry. No, inquiry cannot be because it's not concerning an investigation. An inquiry is only a question, right? And inquest is also the same kind of idea. It's only a question, right? Now you have all these words in there. So you have to go with the dictionary. You have to do this with the dictionary because when you don't understand a word, you have to go into the dictionary and find out so as to be sure what is the vocabulary, all right? For example, here in number 1, you have 4 words: exposed, revealed, outlined, and uncovered. When you listen to them like this, it's, you can choose any. But in here, you have to go into sometimes the collocation of the word, the grammar, etc. So you have to, if you're going to use one, you have to say why you chose it, okay? Because it collocates with this, with the other word that continues, because of it is an adjective, and you have to use an adjective in there, not a verb, for example, etc. Right? Okay. So that is going to be for homework next Thursday. Okay. So I'm going to ask you. We have time to correct homework, right? So next Thursday, I'm going to ask you, right? So be prepared for that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's jump into page 8. Go into page 8. Some of the exercises, we're going to jump into them because, as I said at the beginning, we are losing some time because we're going to have only 3 hours instead of 5, and also because we started later than the others, okay? 2 weeks later. So we have to go a little bit fast. But anyway, if you don't understand, if you have doubts, please ask me. Don't hesitate for that. I'm ready to answer any question, whatever you want to ask me, because that means that if you ask me, it means that you are paying attention to what I'm saying. So I like that. I like to be asked questions. I like to answer questions, all right? No problem with that. Okay. So we're going to have a short speaking all together now. It says, what are the advantages and disadvantages of living in a small town or village as opposed to a big city? That's a good question. Most of you live in small towns like Quilpue, Villa Alemana,
Yes.
Los Andes. Okay, what is the advantage of living in a small town? Open question to any of you. What do you think? What do you think?
For
Why do you
me,
think- Yeah?
I want to answer. I think it's quieter living in a small city than in a big city.
Yeah.
But some people say that it's safer. But for example, here in Villa Alemana, I think it's dangerous. But
Really?
it's a quiet. Yes, there is some red zones that is very dangerous. But it's quiet, but it's dangerous too.
At the same time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, what about the rest? What do you think? Advantages of living in a small town. Can you find any advantage?
Yes, I have one. Well, this is my opinion, but I think that an advantage to live in a small town could be that everybody knows each other. So there is a sense of community and people are more connected, which is more, I don't know, it's different than in big cities when you have the feeling of loneliness.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm explaining.
Yeah.
very
Well, you're
well.
right. Say you have an idea of belonging, right?
Yes.
When you live in a small town, you know everybody knows you. You can communicate with a lot of people. So that is a feeling of belonging. You belong to the place, right? And that is pretty good. I understand that. Okay, in a big town, in a big city, you are nobody in the end.
Yeah, you
Nobody
are
knows you.
surrounded by people, but you're still alone.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, any other idea? Where would you like to live? Would you prefer to live in a small town or in a big city? What's your opinion? You said, for example, what's your opinion? Would you like to live in a small town or in a big city?
I think it's better living in a small town because there are more security. The night is secure, and in the city, all of things occur all the time. That this is awful.
Yeah, right. Okay, it's safer living in a small town.
Yes.
There is less crime in general, less robberies, less crime in general. Okay, people don't kill each other as much as they do in a big city, right? Okay, Melissa, do you agree with that? Would you prefer to live in a small town or in a big city?
In a small town because I'm used to it. Everything is near you. You have to go to the hospital or to the mall, and it is not crowded.
Everything is
So,
closer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you from? You said? ¿Y alemana?
Quilpue.
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 All right. But you said that you hated Quilpue or not?
Yeah, I hate Quilpue.
Yeah, that's well. That it
But
has
it's
good and
the
bad
city
things.
that I know, and I'm used to it.
Yeah, right. Valentina, what about you? What's your option?
Well, I would like to live in a small city like Quilpue, because I think it's safer and quieter, and it's more, I don't know, it's small.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
this is
Do you also live in a small city, in a small town?
No, I live in Viña del Mar
And Viña. Yeah, okay.
in
Viña is big.
Cuesta, so it's so big.
Would you say
It's
that
big.
would you say that Viña is dangerous nowadays?
Yes, in Forestal too. It's
Yeah. You live in Forestal. Yeah.
yes,
Forestal is kind of dangerous, right?
and I have bad connection.
Right.
This is very bad.
Yeah. Okay. Nicole, what about you?
I think that the thing that I like most of a city is nature. So I don't really have a special selection for a big city or a small city, but I like Viña del Mar because have nature as Jardín Botánico, as La Quinta Vergara, and that's areas are my favorite.
All right. Okay. I am a porteño, right? From Valparaíso. Wanderino, of course, right? You know that, Ricardo, right? And I always say the same because I am from here. So I've lived all my life in Valparaiso. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I have lived in other places, but I miss Valparaiso when I am out. The times that I've been out from Valparaiso, I missed it a lot. 1 year I lived in Iquique when I studied my first year university in Iquique. But Iquique is similar to Valparaiso. It's ocean, there is ocean in there. It's a small city, it's not so big. People are nice. So but I missed it a lot. I mean, I missed the New Year's Eve, for example. And then when I missed it the most in the United States, I was like 6 months once, and I missed Valparaiso because in there it was very cold. No beaches. I was in a part in the interior. So yeah, I missed Valparaiso. But I have to recognize that nowadays Valparaiso is really dangerous. Okay, and the worst thing is crime in general. People are very, very bad sometimes. There is a lot of crime. People do bad things. So well, I would say that nowadays it's better to live in a small town. Okay, it is better to live in a small town. Now, what are the advantages of living in a big city? What are the advantages? What do you think?
Facilities and entertainment, I think.
Yeah, more entertainment. Okay. For example, if you compare Santiago with our cities, what do you like from Santiago? What do they have that we don't have?
More places with different cultures, I think, like the Barrio Chino.
All right. Okay. Any other thing?
I have a lot of concerts.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to go to a concert, you have to go to Santiago.
Yes.
No concerts in Viña, but there used to be a long time ago, but nowadays, no concerts in here. Okay. Culture in general. Okay. What other things? Yeah. More places to go, more events, I would say events. Anything, Ricardo?
Yes, and a wider variety of job opportunities also.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
That's one of the important things of living in a big city, but it could also be stressful.
Yeah, right. Now, for example,
In
the bad things
general,
about, yes, sorry?
in
Yes.
general, there are more opportunities to wherever because, for instance, to study, opportunities to have a better health.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, right. You're right. You have more possibilities for jobs, more places to visit. Also, health, more clinics, etc. Many things which are, belong to a big city. Now, the bad things about Santiago, for example, we compare Valparaiso with Santiago. It's pretty smoggy, lots of smog, lots of contamination. In here, we don't have that contamination at all. And traffic jams. You have to think in traffic jams. We have lots of traffic jams here in Valparaiso, in Viña more than Valparaiso, but in Santiago, they are huge. They are hours, stuck in traffic jams. Now you were talking about concerts. Have you ever gone to a concert in Santiago? Melissa, which concert have you gone?
I went to see Shakira and Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, yeah, but they
Yeah.
were in Viña anyway. Okay, Camila.
Yeah.
Camila.
Yes, I went to SM Town. That is a concert of K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop. Now they're very popular. K-pop. Yesterday there was a
Yeah.
big thing about K-pop. Okay. Anybody else has gone to a concert in Santiago?
Yes, I went to Bruno Mars concert.
Bruno Mars, yeah. Okay. You, Ricardo, have you ever gone to a concert?
No, never.
Never. You said?
No.
No.
No, Nicole, have you?
I work in Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza, right. Did you see any big group?
Yes, and 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, that's good. Okay. I have been to many concerts in Santiago. I mean, like 2 or 3 years ago, I started going. So I've seen in Santiago, I went to Gilmore, the one from Pink Floyd. I went to see him. Phil Collins. And the best, the most exciting. And then with that, I can say that I can die. That's for me enough. Paul McCartney. I saw Paul McCartney. So when I was there, it was probably the most excited moment in my life. I was happy. And
I wanted to go so bad, but I couldn't get the ticket.
I bought it like in advance, okay? But I mean, for me, the Beatles had best, so I was really nice. Okay, Now we are going to listen to a woman talking about moving to a remote village, okay? Yeah, because it's different if you go from a small town into a big city, but going from a small village, yeah, going from a big town into a small village would be, what do you think is better? To move from a big town to a small village, or move from a small village to a big town? What would be better? What would be shocking, more shocking or less shocking? What do you think?
More shocking could be from a big city to a village.
Yeah.
I think better to the small village to a big city because of the opportunities.
Yeah. All right. Okay, now we're going to listen to a woman talking about that. Let's see. Oops. Here it is. I lost here we are. Yeah, I have to share it. Yeah. I can't share the screen. And here it is. Wait a minute. Be patient. More here. Share computer sound. Now learning. And this is it. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Come on.
Unit 1.
Are you here?
Grammar focus. Activity 2.
For years, I've been telling all my friends that I wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of London to somewhere quiet and peaceful. What I had in mind was a little cottage near the sea. Well, they do say you shouldn't wish too hard, or your wish just might come true, and that's exactly what happened. Out of the blue, I was offered a job managing a hotel in a remote part of Ireland. Suddenly, it seemed to me that I had, in fact, always been a real city person who could negotiate the complexities of urban life, the crowded underground trains, the roar of traffic, the millions of people, all of it, and without blinking. But the job offer was too good to turn down. And a few weeks later, I found myself in Castletown Bear. In less than 24 hours, I'd gone from a huge metropolis with a population of over 8 million to a quaint fishing village with barely 800 inhabitants. It was a huge change. By the beginning of next month, I will have been living here for exactly a year. I've been looking back, retracing my steps, and coming to understand just how great a change it has actually been. I've got to know almost all of those 800 people and found a real sense of belonging, though I've also occasionally longed for the anonymity of city life. I've spent hours exploring the glorious countryside by bicycle and on foot, and have discovered a taste for silence and solitude I didn't know I had. I've also had great fun managing the hotel and getting to know some of its rather eccentric regular guests. By the time the first year comes to an end, almost all my London friends will have been here to stay, and they love it almost as much as I do. Of course, there are many things I miss, though in the end, the crowded underground trains and the noisy London traffic I can easily do without.
Okay, we're going to listen to it again. Okay, I don't know if I have the script. Let me check it for a little while. I think it. Let me see if I can find it. But I have to open. No, I'm going to upload in the Google Classroom. I'm going to upload the audio. Okay. Now try to listen and try to pay attention. Try to get whatever you can of this, or what is this woman talking, and then we're going to try to reconstruct what she's saying. All right. Okay. So listen again and we're going to discuss about it, okay? Are you prepared? Okay, so remember that it's a woman. It says, listen to a woman talking about moving to a remote village. Does she mention any of the things you talked about? So we were talking about it, right? So does she mention anything like that? So listen again.
Unit 1. Grammar focus. Activity 2.
For years, I've been telling all my friends that I wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of London to somewhere quiet and peaceful. What I had in mind was a little cottage near the sea. Well, they do say you shouldn't wish too hard, or your wish just might come true. And that's exactly what happened. Out of the blue, I was offered a job managing a hotel in a remote part of Ireland. Suddenly, it seemed to me that I had, in fact, always been a real city person who could negotiate the complexities of urban life, the crowded underground trains, the roar of traffic, the millions of people, all of it, and without blinking. But the job offer was too good to turn down. And a few weeks later, I found myself in Castletown Bear. In less than 24 hours, I'd gone from a huge metropolis with a population of over 8 million to a quaint fishing village with barely 800 inhabitants. It was a huge change. By the beginning of next month, I will have been living here for exactly a year. I've been looking back, retracing my steps, and coming to understand just how great a change it has actually been. I've got to know almost all of those 800 people and found a real sense of belonging, though I've also occasionally longed for the anonymity of city life. I've spent hours exploring the glorious countryside by bicycle and on foot, and have discovered a taste for silence and solitude I didn't know I had. I've also had great fun managing the hotel and getting to know some of its rather eccentric regular guests. By the time the first year comes to an end, almost all my London friends will have been here to stay, and they love it almost as much as I do. Of course, there are many things I miss, though in the end, the crowded underground trains and the noisy London traffic I can easily do without.
Yeah. Okay. Anything that you can tell me about what you listen?
She moved from London to a small village,
Yeah.
remote to the island, because of a new job, a new opportunity to work in an hotel.
Yeah. Okay. She moved from London to a small town, right? London with how many people? She mentioned the number of people that were in that big or huge metropolis.
8 million.
8 million people. Yeah. She mentioned 8 million people, and then she moved to a small town. Okay, and where did she move? Castletown Bear is the name of the town. Castletown Bear. Where is it? Could you listen?
In Ireland?
In Ireland, yes. It was in Ireland. Yeah, in Ireland. Okay. What else? Why did she move there?
Because of a new job in
Yeah.
a hotel.
Yeah, she was offered a new job in a hotel. Yeah, she was offered a new job in a hotel. Okay.
Yeah,
and
be the manager.
Sorry?
To be the manager.
Yeah, to be the manager of the hotel. What things she that we might have mentioned? She mentioned in her talk.
That is quieter than in a big city, living in a small town.
Yeah, it's quieter, yes. But there's something that Ricardo said in when we were talking before.
About belonging.
Belonging.
The feeling of belonging. She said that now I can taste the feeling of belonging to a place, all right, which is a small town. Okay, good. That's the idea about this. Now, as I said before, I have the audio script. This is British English. Sometimes it's hard to understand, all right? But I'm going to try to send you the audio and this. In here you have some expressions that I underlined because I listened to it before. For example,
Teacher?
there's, yes?
What does hustle and bustle mean?
Hustle and bustle, yeah. Hustle and bustle is a busy or frenetic activity. Busy or frenetic activity. You know, I was taking the vocabulary, some expressions that I think are interesting, and I translated them into English, all right? At the beginning it says, for years I've been telling all my friends that I wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of London. Hustle and bustle means the frenetic activity that London has, okay? So that is hustle and bustle, hustle and bustle. Then you have some other turn down, for example, quaint, a quaint fishing village, she said. A quaint fishing village. Quaint is like, for example, attractive, yeah, attractive fishing village, etc. So I'm going to send it to you for you to copy and see the vocabulary. And you can listen at home a little bit with more time, okay? And then we have in here, the next point, we have only 10 minutes to finish. So here you have perfect and continuous forms, okay? And in here, we're going to review, because I think you know this, 2 grammatical tenses or 4 grammatical tenses. The future perfect and the future continuous. The past perfect and the past perfect continuous, all right? Those are the ones that we're going to know now. But I'm going to share some for you here. I'm going to upload this too for you. Future perfect versus future continuous or future progressive, all right? Please, Melissa, read what is in there. Fortunately,
there's a simple way to remember the difference between these 2 tenses. The future perfect describes an action that will be complete before a specific time in the future.
Okay, this is the important thing. The future perfect describes an action that will be completed before a specific time in the future, okay? And the future perfect is made or composed by will plus have plus the past participle of the verb, yeah? For example, the action will be completed before that. For example, I can say, tomorrow at this time, I will have had tea. Probably I will have been in bed. Yeah. Okay. At this time, something will have finished. So whenever you want to say something about that, is will have plus past participle. Yeah. Here you have some examples in there. There you go. Read these examples, please, Ricardo.
Okay. Next Friday at 10, we will have finished our class.
All right.
Yeah.
Next Friday at 10. Yeah, because we finish at 8. So we will have finished. We'll have.
Okay.
Right. Continue.
Authorities say that by July, we will have completed the vaccination process.
Yeah, they say that. We don't know. Okay. They say that by July, we will have completed the vaccination process. But yesterday I listened to another authority who said that we will have completed the vaccination process in October, not before that, right? Okay, let's see, Giselle, try to read the other 3, please. The guests
are coming at 8 p.m. I will have finished cooking by then.
Yeah.
On 9 October, we will have been married for 50 years.
Oh, look at that. I wrote this You know, I picked it up from a textbook. And October the 9th is my wedding anniversary. But we won't have been married for 50 years. We will have been married this October the 9th for 45 years. For 45 years. Okay, continue, Giselle.
Okay. Will you have gone to bed when I get back?
All right. By that time, will you have gone to bed? Okay, so this is the present perfect. And now have the future continuous. Read Camila about this.
The future continuous describes an action that will be in progress in the future.
And it's composed by will plus be plus ing. So the future continuous describes an action that will be in progress. It won't be finished. It will be in progress in the future. Yeah, it will be in the future, but it won't stop. Okay, let's see. I can't see you now. I can't see you. Yeah, anyway, she said it's, I forgot the name of you. I can't see you. Participant. Okay, Melissa, you read this.
By August, student.
August, you pronounce it. By
August.
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 Yeah.
Students will probably be coming back to schools.
Do you believe that or not?
No.
August will probably be coming back to schools. Do you believe that?
No, not really.
What do you think we are going to be coming back?
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year, yeah. So we can say that, change that into next year. So by next year, students will probably be coming back to school, to the university. Okay, continue reading.
Tomorrow at this time, I will be sleeping.
Is it true or not?
No.
What time will you be sleeping?
11 p.m.
Okay, give me a complete answer. What time will you be sleeping?
Tomorrow at 11 p.m. I will be sleeping.
All right, okay. The other one?
When you come out of school tomorrow, I'll be boarding a plane.
Right.
Try to go before 8 o'clock. After that, we'll be watching the match. You can visit us starting the first week of July. I won't be working then.
All right. Okay. And now I'm going to show you the other, I think it's this one. No, this is the future again. This one. Yeah, this is now past perfect simple versus past perfect continuous. Past perfect simple. We use the past perfect simple to refer to the completion of an activity. Had plus past perfect. Read that, Ricardo.
Where?
Couldn't make. I'm not sharing.
No.
No.
Oh, let's see, new share.
There's still showing the future continuous.
Wait. Yeah. We use a past perfect simple to refer to the completion of an activity. Had plus past perfect. Now read the examples.
Okay, he couldn't make a sandwich because he'd forgotten to buy